All right, well, the economic crunch combined with holiday stress can feel like a 1-2 punch. So, how do you cope if you can't afford to have the Christmas that you're accustomed to? Well, here to help is health and wellness expert Eric Plasker joining us now with some tips. Dr. Plasker, let's get right to it. Okay, so, it's the time of year where you're trying to do it all, and especially in this recession, a lot of people can't do that. So, one, how do you cope with that, and how do you talk to your kids about it?
Great question, and we are on a campaign to de-stress America through Stress Less America, because there are people that are holding a lot of stress and they're passing that stress onto their kids.
Because they can feel it, they can sense it, right?
Absolutely, and here's the thing, your kids, they're going to do what you do, they're not going to do what you say.
Gotcha.
So passing healthy habits onto your kids is really, really important.
All right, so what do? What are those healthy habits?
Take them to the gym and go to the gym together and get some exercise together. Go healthy food shopping together and cook some healthy meals instead of meals that are filled with lots of sugar and alcohol, because they're going to watch you and they're going to take on your habits. And begin to take this healthy lifestyle into your life now, especially because when you are under a lot of stress, stress can make you sick.
Right. And see, that's the physical, but what about the emotional and the mental? When you're looking at your children and you're looking at your bills and you think, you know what, I'm not going to be able to put all those presents under the tree this year.
Well, give differently this year. I mean, there's a lot of ways to give. Somehow, some way over the years, we've learned to give just through money and gift exchange.
Right.
Give more with your time. Do something creative with your kids. Write really personal notes. And have great open conversation about why you're giving differently this year, so that people don't misinterpret why you're giving differently and take it personally and make themselves sick or stressed out in the process.
Gotcha. It's one thing to talk to your kids, and of course they're going to understand for the most part, but how do you keep from beating yourself up and living with that kind of guilt?
Oh, you know what? For the average person like you or I mean, listen, billion-dollar companies are going bankrupt. The experts in all the fields and all the industries are struggling.
So you're not
today.
alone.
You're not alone. That's right. And here's the thing. We need to get through this together. We're a great nation, filled with great people. We need to get through this together. We need to support each other a little bit more. We need to be a little bit more understanding. We need to not be afraid, in my opinion, to talk to each other about what's really going on. And let's figure out a way to navigate through this together. And that's why I'm excited that we were able to get so much support for Stress Less America. All over the country, people can go and exercise for free, and they can go and take fitness classes.
How do they do that?
Well, they can go to stresslessamerica.com. Gold's Gym, at any gym in the country, you can go work out for a week for free.
Really?
Les Mills, you can go, they have exercise classes all over the country, all over the world. You can take a fitness class for free. Go get extra workouts in. We have doctors and healthcare providers all around the country that are willing to give free spinal stress screenings and free oral stress screenings. A lot of people grind their teeth at night.
I do that, actually.
And like you said to me just before we started, a lot of people hold their stress in their spine, right?
Yeah.
So these are things that you can do. There's a free energy drink from Isogenics you can get to give you a little bit more of a natural energy boost, and there's some audio material on there that you can listen to.
So all of that's out there, ready for you, and it's absolutely, which is, hey, the best price in this recession right now, free. One other thing, you talk a lot about living, the centenarian lifestyle.
Yes.
What is that all about?
Well, the 100-Year Lifestyle is my book that just is doing phenomenal. We're very grateful because 100-year-old people are one of the world's fastest growing segments of the population. And this is a generation that is outliving their life expectancy by 5 decades. So we're getting...
So what are they doing is the key, right?
Well, what they're doing is if you take a centenarian's perspective, centenarians have lived through, 100-year-old people have lived through 21 recessions in their lifetime. So the moral of the story is we're going to make it. So if we know that we're going to make it, if we just had faith that we were going to make it, take a deep breath.
Right. Well, like they say, this too will pass, but it's hard when you're in the middle of it. Okay, so let's get to our email questions, because there are a lot of people out there watching, and they have questions of their own. Our first one right now comes from Debbie in Florida. Says, how do you cope if you have been laid off and you can't afford to buy your kids gifts, or worse, can't even afford a Christmas dinner? What do you tell your kids then?
Wow, that's a tough one, and I feel for your situation. And the only thing that you can do is make the best of your situation, and you can do that by being open and honest with your children. Maybe looking out for support, reaching out for support. A lot of us, when things happen that are bad to us, we're afraid to ask for support, and so we feel like we're in it alone. In this country today, the last thing we are is alone. There's a lot of people in the same boat, and there's a lot of really good people, so don't be afraid to reach out for support. You're much more likely to get the support you need if you reach out
and
for it.
And the beauty of it is that kids are often so very understanding, and it's also teaching them a life lesson as well, that it's not about the material things sometimes.
And sometimes our expectations are different than our kids' expectations.
True.
Our kids are very flexible. They're very adaptable. What they really want is to feel loved and be loved. So use this as an opportunity to really connect with your core values. What's really important? Is it really what's in the box and in the package, or is it what's in the heart?
Yeah, absolutely. Getting back to the things that matter. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
My
We do
pleasure.
appreciate your time today.